Hello and welcome to the eDog Builder training series. In this lesson, we will go over creating imposition schemes and using them with your templates. We will begin by logging into eDog Builder, then click the Imposition tab. Imposition schemes can be created and used with your eDog Builder templates to produce imposed production files for your orders. Imposition schemes are defined in this window and then referenced on the templates that will use them. You can define multiple imposition schemes for your account and manage them from this area of eDog Builder. This listing will be empty on a new account. Any imposition schemes must be created for your templates using the Create Imposition Scheme button. Once imposition schemes have been added to your account, they will show on this listing when you select the Imposition tab at the top of the window. When you create and edit a new imposition scheme, the options for that imposition scheme can be chosen in the window. The imposition scheme starting point depends on the imposition type you choose. A preview of the imposition scheme will be shown on the right of the window and will be updated as changes are made. Now let's click on Create Imposition Scheme. On the settings of our imposition scheme, we want to start by giving it a name. The first thing we want to set is the output width and height. This is the size of the entire sheet that we are going to be used to make the imposition scheme. So for the output width, we will make it 8.5 and the output height will set at 11. These are both based on the inches in the upper right hand corner of the define units. Next, we will set the trim width and height. The trim width and height is the size of the template without the bleed. So we will set this as 3.5 and 2 inches. The bleed width and height is the size of the template with the bleed on there. The bleed width and height is the size of the template including the bleed. So we'll set this and then it will be 3.75 by 2.25 inches. Next, we'll set the left margin. Left margin is the distance from the left margin of the paper to the leftmost trim. So we'll set this at 0.625. Bottom margin is the same as the left margin except from the bottom of the paper to the bottommost trim. So we'll set this at 0.75. Next, we'll do the gutter width. The gutter width is the distance between the trim lines. We'll set this at 0.25. The gutter height is the same except for the height between the two trim lines. This will also be 0.25. N up x is the number of columns that we will have repeating for this imposition. So we will set this at 2. And n up y is the number of rows that will be repeated for this imposition. We'll set this at 4. Here you can see you can change methods such as step and repeat, saddle stitch, cut and stack, die cut, across down and down across. For this example, we'll be using step and repeat. Signature size is only used for saddle stitch and will not be used in this example. Checking include crops will show crop marks on the imposition scheme once the final production PDF has been made. Duplex is used when a sheet has more than one side. Since our business card is two-sided, we will check this. Finally, you will see at the bottom you can copy settings from the template itself to fill in the trim width and height and bleed width and height. For this example, we'll fill it in ourselves. On the right, you will see that you have the ability to add an imposition overlay. What this is doing is putting something on the imposition that will not be appearing on the template. For example, color bars. You would not want to appear on the template because it would be printed with each card. So you would only want it one per page on the imposition scheme. For this example, we will not be using that. Associated templates. This section lists each template this imposition is associated with. As it is the new scheme that we are creating, hence we are not seeing any template or able to add any template to this scheme. But we can do that once we create it fully and save the scheme. If associated, you would see the red X to remove this imposition from the listed templates. To associate with a new template, click the button Associate New Template with this imposition. The page will refresh and you will now see the Associate and Cancel buttons as well as a drop-down list of templates. Select a template, then click Associate. Now that we have filled in all our settings, we can click Save Scheme. Our scheme has been saved and now we can apply it to our templates. Either ways, by selecting it from the Associated Templates drop-down, or also we can go to that specific template and from the Template Info tab, you can select the imposition from the Imposition Scheme drop-down. You can see our example scheme that we just selected or created has been listed here. That has been already applied through the associated template option. Thank you for watching this video tutorial.